Hey everyone, and welcome to another patch overview for the Apex and ReduxConquer server. We have a lot of updates coming in the next week or so we wanted to start small and work our way up. Starting off with some convenience changes here, you're going to notice that I have a new skill. This is the Switch Weapons skill. It's almost identical to the alternate equipment system in newer client patches, but because we don't have the second inventory window, we are leaving it only for weapons. So you'll notice when I use this skill, I am all of a sudden using my alternate weapon set. You'll also notice that it does not recheck strength. If you have reallotted, you're not going to lose your weapons. It's not going to unequip them. I would warn though, especially for Trojans, it is not going to replace only one weapon. So for example, if I have a club and in the alternate I have a scepter, that sword is also going to unequip. So this is mostly geared towards warriors who want to have a two-hand weapon as well as a shield and a one-hand weapon so they can switch back and forth, or things like archers being able to join PvP events with those other weapons. There is a 5-second cooldown between these. I cannot go ahead and just instantly swap back to them. So that should avoid too many abuse cases with that. Another small convenience change that was a common request is that we moved the you have finished your quest message to the top left corner, so it's not going to overwrite important system messages. So when you're doing those jar quests and you don't necessarily want to break your XP skill to go turn it in, you won't have to worry about missing events or anything like that. Another thing we've gone ahead and done is we did some significant updates to the city war system. Instead of only one city being at war at once, all of the maps erupt into war at the exact same time. So Monday at noon, Tuesday at 2 p.m., Wednesday at 4 p.m., Thursday at 6 p.m., and Friday at 8 p.m. server time. It's going to have every single map break out into war, and it'll allow us to have some amount of strategy in those events, because even a large guild probably isn't going to be able to accurately defend all 5 maps at once. So it's going to give some smaller guilds chances to focus other maps. It's going to have some strategies in terms of how much score you have versus how much you need to defend. So you might actually give up one pull knowing that you have enough points to still win that map. Linked to that is we have also changed some of the rewards for winning this event. We do have a ton of uses planned for the guild points, but we don't want to rush those changes out. We don't want to have any exploits popping up with that, but your current points will carry over and you will be able to claim them for prizes, including things like taxes and items that you can actually use. But in the meantime, we've changed it so that if you are on the winning guild, so for example, let's say Butts wins, any Butts member who fights on, in this case, Twin City map, would get 15% bonus gold drops. So that's going to be useful for donating to guild fund, for like repairing guild gates and that sort of stuff. It will give you a small chance to have +1 stones drop when you are on that map, and it will give you a slight increase to the Dragon Ball drop rate. It's actually pretty significant for the overall rates that you get there. And that's just going to be a way to encourage your members to hunt on maps that you have fought to control. Another thing, though, is that we have gone ahead and added dance skill books. So those are going to be posted in the patch notes here, what monsters drop which books. They're quite rare right now. We may adjust the rates as needed, but because they're not in all that high demand, we wanted to leave them somewhat rare. So it's not like the Fire of Hell or anything like that where people are just giving them away. They should be a somewhat interesting find and maybe a way for some new players to earn some currency when they're hunting on some of those smaller, lower level maps. So another thing we have done here is we've changed how the hateful tokens work for down quality. It does 2 qualities at once. So for example, I'm going to do my main weapon here. It's going to drop all the way to unique and then all the way to normal. People were complaining that it wasn't enough, because obviously if you're down leveling it, it goes all the way to 15. So only doing 1 quality at a time was a bit of a kick in the face. Now, obviously, if it's only refined, it's still only going to go to normal. That will not break the items, but keep in mind you're not going to get quite as much value from doing that. I'm assuming that most people won't, but I do like to be clear with that. So I'll go ahead and down quality this here, lower quality, and it only goes to normal. We'll also down level that just so people are aware of how this works. And I now have my level 15 normal armor, and I could go throw that on a new character and start spamming it up to try and 2-socket it if it wasn't already. Another thing that we have done here is we've added a mini map to Grotto. I know that's been a very popular request. I've mentioned in the past that I am not exactly someone who does a lot of client edits, but I have gone ahead and done this. I am aware of how to do that. So you're going to have this map here. It'll make it a little bit easier to find the spawns that you're looking for. We have also added a few new spawns to some of the less hunted in maps that were common in official servers. So for example, Bird Island got quite a few spawns. We're probably going to reevaluate Phoenix Castle and a few of those other ones, just to make sure that with the changes with City Wars and with the changes with Dense Skill Books, that those maps feel good to hunt on, especially for new players who are just joining up. You'll also notice there was some issues in terms of the naming of NPCs. We've renamed this to Warrior Admin, and that's what it's being called throughout it. A lot of people were confused because it was being called Warrior Herald, so now it all matches up between the system messages and the NPC names. Another thing we've gone ahead and done is we've moved as many of the messages for like City Wars and everything. Those are going to show up in your actual chat history here rather than center of the screen. So that way they're not going to be cleared off as easily, and it's going to be using less broadcasts, clearing out player broadcasts. The 30-minute events, those are still going to pop up in broadcast for now, although we may change that in the future. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this patch overview. I know it's a somewhat long video for relatively few changes, but I know a lot of people were confused with how City War worked, what rewards you're getting from it, that sort of thing. So I wanted to be as thorough as possible. If you still have any questions, please join up in our forum here. I'm very happy to read over any suggestions, feedback, and offer some info on the direction that we're planning to take the server. And we're really excited for some of the content we're having over the next few weeks. It's going to start rolling out to the live server here, and I really hope that you guys enjoy that too. Until next time, you have a great week.